Welcome back. Joining me via Skype from Los Angeles is Michael Reagan, president of the Reagan Legacy Foundation. And thank you for joining us, Mr. Reagan. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you very much for having me.
Oh, no problem. Let's delve right into it. Let's talk about the Reagan Legacy Foundation, if you could.
Reagan Legacy Foundation I began back in early 2000 as a way to offer scholarships to the men and women who serve aboard the USS Ronald Reagan, who's now stationed in Tokyo, Japan. It's moved from there to Berlin, where we opened the Ronald Reagan exhibit, the Checkpoint Charlie Museum, on the 20th anniversary of the fall of the Berlin Wall. And now we've moved to France, if you will, to St. Mary-Église, Normandy, France. St. Mary-Église, first town freed by America, 4 a.m. in the morning of D-Day. And we're working with them on a walkway to victory to honor those who served in the Second World War in the European theater.
Wow. Great. Let's talk about Walkway to Victory, if you could.
Well, Walkway to Victory is a plan. If you go online to walkwaytovictory.com, you can order a brick and put the name of a loved one or someone you know who served in the Second World War during the Second World War in the European theater. And what we do is we put that brick in the ground. So all the walkways through the Airborne Museum area are going to be bricked in with names of those who served, who helped save the world that time during the Second World War. And then the money from there goes to the Airborne Museum and back to the Reagan Legacy Foundation to offer scholarships to the men and women aboard the USS Ronald Reagan. That's
awesome. That is great to hear. What events have you held in conjunction with Walkway to Victory?
Well, the things that we do with the Walkway to Victory, we build a Ronald Reagan exhibit there at the in Normandy, France. We put that in a couple of years ago. We have a video that we put out, 55-minute video, the history of World War II, the heroes of World War II, if you will. So we're very busy with the foundation doing things to honor those who served now today on my dad's ship and those who served in the Second World War.
Right. So how big is the walkway right now? How can you tell me like a rough estimate how big it is?
I think we probably have somewhere in the neighborhood of 400 to 500 bricks put in.
Wow.
We just started this last April. And so people, as I said, can go online, and we're putting another group of bricks in as we speak. There's another order in to put more bricks in. So when people go visit St. Mary-Église, by the way, that's where all the paratroopers were headed on the morning of D-Day.
Right.
That's where they were going.
Yes.
And so if you saw any of the movies, that's where the paratroopers were going. And so when you go to St. Mary-Église and visit the Airborne Museum, you'll see this walkway with all these bricks with these names in them. It's really the 101st and 82nd Airborne's Gettysburg, if you will.
Right. And people, they can go online to order the bricks, or?
They can go online to walkwaytovictory.com. They go to the website reaganlegacyfoundation.org, see what we're doing, order a brick, and it'll be put in.
Wow. So the foundation, I know that it has a special meaning for the veterans. So talk to me a little bit about the special meaning that it has with the veterans.
Well, yeah, it's a special meaning with the veterans because of what we're doing. I mean, you have these veterans who served the Second World War who are dying in the hundreds every single day. And we've got to remember them. And what's sad is I started this program because I played golf with a young man a few years ago, 28 years old. When I told him I was headed to Normandy to raise the flag at the American cemetery, he didn't know why there was an American cemetery at Normandy, France.
Wow.
I mean, we do not educate our youth anymore about the past history of the United States of America and the world, and that's really sad. So, to be able to remember these veterans and have their names, put in stone in these areas of the world is so important to them and their loved ones and to the history of the United States of America. We've got to teach our history, and we forgot to do that.
Right. How long has the foundation been now in existence?
We've been in existence about 2001, 2002, when we christened the USS Ronald Reagan in Norfolk. And it's been going ever since. As I said, it started as a scholarship program. We provide $1,000 scholarships to men and women who serve on the ship. We provide $2,000 scholarships to the loved ones who are left back home, who in fact are trying to better their education as their loved one serves on my dad's aircraft carrier. So it's really important to them that we're helping family members as well as we're helping those on the ship. And that started first. And then, of course, we went into Berlin and opened up a Ronald Reagan exhibit at the Checkpoint Charlie Museum.
We have about 30 seconds. I have a last question I wanted to ask you. Can you share with our viewers something about our late former President Ronald Reagan that you can share with our audience?
If you ever sat next to my father in a special dinner, state dinner, and you wanted to talk politics with him, he wouldn't talk politics with you. He would tell you when he used to be the announcer at WHO in Des Moines for the Chicago Cubs. And he had Dizzy Dean on the mound, Tony Lazier at the plate, 3-2 on the batter, and the ticker tape went dead. And he had Tony Lazier foul off 11 pitches while the ticker tape was dead. And he found out when it went live that Tony Lazier had fouled out on the next pitch, but somebody wrote the Guinness Book of World Records think it was the longest at-bat in history, and found out later it wasn't the longest bat in history. It made up those 11 pitches because he had to kill time while the ticker tape was dead.
Oh, my Lord. Mr. Reagan, it was an honor to have you on. Continue with the good work, and hopefully we'll get to see you soon, okay? Thank you.
Thank you.
All
Good
right.
to see you.
Okay, guys, don't go anywhere. After the break, we're going to chat with the producers and creators of the Philly-based TV show Old Head, the series. Stick around.